What's good with it? This your girl Erica Willer. You're watching Easy Bucket. I'm here with my girl JT.
What's going on?
Hey, I'm here with my dog, my teammate. I'm super hyped to have my girl here. Two-time WNBA All-Star Kelsey Mitchell. What's good with it?
What's up, gang?
Mitchell finishing with her off hand.
Passes ahead, Wheeler extra feed. Oh, that was pretty.
Mitchell on the drive, splits the double team, draws the foul, gets it to go.
Hey man, I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming through, man. Stopping through the.
For you, I will.
Hey,
For me, I will.
Hey,
we're capable. We like it.
I just want to highlight you, man, everywhere I can. What's up with you, man? What's new with you, man?
You, man, I'm a fever girl.
You're a
I'm
fever girl.
7th year. You know, it's been a difficult year for me from a standpoint of like personal. You know, I lost my dad 5 or 6 months ago, so that was tough. And I look back on my year now, Dub, and I'm just so grateful to be here again because I never thought, you know, for one, to be doing it without a parent.
Yeah.
I think anybody that come from a 2-parent home don't know what that's like, or just, you know, lovable parents in general.
Right.
And, you know, when I lost that, I didn't know what was going to happen. So I look at it now, gang. You know, I look at our lockers and stuff every day. I just be like, dang, I'm here today.
Well,
so I be grateful, man.
Man, listen, I'm in there with you, and I'm telling you, man, you're doing a hell of a job. You show up and do your job every day. You know, sometimes I got to get in your but that come with the territory. You know what I mean?
Who would I be if I didn't yank E-Dub's chain?
Hey, but I'm telling you, man, you're doing a hell of a job.
I appreciate you, gang, for sure.
For someone to know, you know, what it feels like to lose a parent. You killing it. I want to tell you.
And you made it easier too, because like I knew that you had kind of experienced it.
Yeah.
But it was different when knowing that I experienced it and I could lean on you for certain stuff. So even though I give you a hard time, it really comes from love.
You do give me a hard time.
It comes from love though, because like me and Dub have always had this relationship, you know, kind of like that. And so I grew to appreciate it now, you know, that I suffered a lot of pain and trauma lately. So shout out to my dog, man.
I got you, man.
Hold it down, man.
All right, so we just gonna hop into it. We know who you are.
Yeah.
We know you a bucket, but a lot of our listeners, they may not know who you are, what you about, what school you went to.
Yeah.
You really are true definition of a easy bucket. So, you know, let the listeners know or tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, me, I'm a Midwestern girl, born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio, 513 kid. It's kind of tough to come out of where I come from because it's so small, and so you get what you get. It's kind of a dense city. It's not as like a Miami or like a Atlanta, so you kind of get what you get. And so I grew up hooping through my family. I come from a family dynamic of just sports. My dad was he went to school to play football. That's how he met my mom at Eastern Kentucky.
Okay.
And that's how I was brought into this world.
Shout out to your parents, though. Shout out to your parents.
So I come from a sport family, and so long story short, I fell in love with the game at like 4 or 5. Just being around it. My dad was coaching it. My brothers played it. My sister was a cheerleader, and cheerleading ain't my thing. I just not.
Yeah.
Wait. You done tried cheerleading before?
I did. I practiced.
Hold on, you was in the little Daisy Duke thing.
And it did not last. I walked up to the hill to the gym, and it did not last. It's just cheerleaders for the cheerleaders. To the cheerleaders, y'all got my support. It's just not my thing. But basketball was just always a safe haven. I kind of took it from there. Just utilized what I knew about it. And that's how I like knew what my lifestyle was, just through hoop. I had friends through hoop. You kind of gain a lifestyle, and the rest was kind of history.
Yeah,
I look back at it now. I went from Cincinnati and I went up the street to Columbus, to Ohio State University, and I was always a homebody, but I knew I wanted to get out of Cincinnati. That was clear. And once I became a Buckeye, I kind of chose being a Buckeye based on having my own wave. Like I knew at the time, like. The UConns was big, the Tennessees was big, Notre Dame's was big. That era was just it was only going to a couple schools.
That's where everybody was going.
Everybody was going to those couple schools, and if you wasn't, for the most part at those schools, you kind of figured out, on your own.
Yeah.
And so I went to Ohio State to kind of, create my own wave, and the rest is kind of history from there.
Oh, wait, what you mean?
That's a tsunami over there.
Hey, what little wave? You was getting buckets over there. What are you talking about?
Man, I feel like I flew under the radar a really long time.
Nah, NCAA time, you really turned up. That's how I learned about you.
Really?
Right before you got drafted, I knew about you the year before, and I'm like,
because Rutgers is really good.
Hey, who the hell is this kid? This left-handed kid getting buckets? Who is this? So that's how I kind of learned about you. I think NCAA. I think that's how, like, I tell people all the time, like, you can have a season throughout college, and you get the NCAA time where the cameras is on,
Different,
where
yeah.
everybody is watching. It kind of just changed the trajectory of what your season was. Like the regular season meant nothing.
Yeah.
And I felt like in those moments you really turned it up. You know what I mean?
And it was so crazy. Like I didn't really know what it was like on that playing field and what it was like until, more of the NCAA games actually started. So you're right in the standpoint because like you start to see yourself a little bit more. I was like, okay.
Well, highlight here and there. Hold on now.
I ain't never did one of those before.
You and E both been here for a number of years, right?
Yeah.
Y'all done been through the tough years. Well, you really got to grind it out.
What
tough
is what?
season.
What, you had 7 years here?
All 7.
All 7. You ain't never been to
I'm a
another
fever
team.
girl.
7 years and how many years?
So I was here from 2015 to.
She was my bet.
Hey, wait.
Ooh.
Wait.
She was.
Don't count my age right now on TV. Don't do that. Don't do me like that. You know what I mean? I still look good for my age. But I was here, I got here, 2015, 2019, and I ended up leaving. But, yeah, I was here. I wasn't really your vet. I was still,
But you were
middle class.
Natalie Chonwa, her, Candace Dupree, those were the only,
Breonna
OG.
January,
Yeah.
Marissa
But-
Coleman.
No, I wasn't there.
You were Marissa Coleman?
No, you were my bet.
Yeah, I think she was.
Natalie
Dang,
Chonwa,
I don't
Candace
call me no
Dupree.
vet at that
gone.
time, though. I was middle class.
But I'm saying, though, when you think about it, it was just y'all 3.
7 years. You was here 7 years, all 7 years. You don't know what another locker room looked like in the WNBA. You don't know what it's like to play with other establishments, other teammates outside of the FIBA girls, huh?
Yeah, it'll be interesting, huh? I don't know.
Tell me how it's been for those 7 years. Of course, I had a couple of years with you, and of course, I can give you my outlook of like what I think you've done along those there. But you've been in it, and then now you in some heat.
Well, everybody watching Indy. Everybody trying to see what's
Are we
going on.
America's team? Dallas Cowboys, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Like,
might be now.
Might be.
I'm joking. Dak Prescott.
No, seriously.
Just don't fall off like the Cowboys.
We in it right now where
do that.
I tell everybody, I say I feel like Indiana is the new Hollywood. Everybody wants to sit courtside. Everybody wants to get to the games to see us play. The first 3 years, like you can kind of sum it up. You ain't got to give me a long story. I was there with you for 2 of them, so kind of give me what that rough patch was like, and then we can kind of skip through and get to where you at right now.
Yeah, I think Indy, that was from my year 1 through 3.5. Well, let me just say this. I went through my 7 years in Indy. I've had 4 head coaches. So that within itself was kind of like, no one really knows what an experience of like the black stick at the bottom. Trust me, I've been there. Trust me. So I was, that's really how it started. You guys were just kind of like trying to find a way when I was a rookie and we had that rookie class come in with Victoria Bivens and I. And so from there, it was still in the developmental stage.
But we was solid. We won 12, 13 games that year.
Chapman had put us in a really, decent position and things happened, obviously. And so when y'all left, it was still a rebuild stage. And so different coaches got hired. And I think that at that point, we was trying to figure out whether I was keep swimming or if I would sink individually. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what would happen in my career. I didn't know how it would turn out because the points were the points. The accolades were the accolades. But it wasn't enough.
That team winning. Team, not individual, team.
And anybody that want to compete and be a winner,
It's about team.
It's about team. And so I was always open to having like really great pieces around me. And I just think it was unfortunate. And I just think the hand I was dealt was like, I trusted in the organization in different ways from like the management and the people that they brought in. And so I just kind of like trusted the wave. And so I look back on trusting that wave now. And now I'm here. I don't know what.
You really started over 4 times though.
I did.
Like every time you get a new coach, you kind of really start over because you got to build that relationship with that coach. Although the coach know who you are, they know what the players they have in the locker room. It's a different ball game for sure.
I was in survival mode when I put my back against the wall, and so what everybody see now is just I've always been a fighter. I've always kind of had to compete and find a different way to, I always got my back dirty.
Yeah.
There was never a time
like
where I
that.
did.
Hey, that's a good
I
one.
like that.
I always got my back dirty. Hold on, let me put that in my pocket.
I like that.
Yeah.
I always got my
I
back
like
dirty.
that.
Hold
I
on,
always
quote
had
that,
to.
quote that. I always
Yeah.
got my back
Girl,
dirty.
I've always had to, and you can kind of relate because you've had to go to different places and get a spot. And for me, it was about keeping my name at least or my game relevant to enough to have value. And I think, it was hard to find that people that believed in that. And that's why I miss my dad so much now, because he was the only person that reminded me what that worth was like. And so he was aggressive and hard on me, but it came in a position of now I don't need nobody to tell me. I don't want nobody, because when I needed saving, nobody saved me.
Right.
So,
but make no mistake though. But wait, make no mistake. Winning or losing, even though y'all got your Super Indy, we knew who Kelsey Mitchell was. We knew you was getting 20 plus. Make no mistake. You always, and that's what I wanted to tell you. Like, you always been top 5 in scoring, and you never made All-Star. It never made sense to me. Yeah. And I feel like I told you when I signed here 2 years ago. When that was last year. I called. I said, bro, I'm coming. I want to help you become an All-Star. I know what it feels like. I feel like you done got snubbed a couple of times, and it's because you're losing. Yeah. And I told you, I said that was one of my goals, to help you become an All-Star. Make no mistake. Don't think your dad was the only one who knew.
No, for sure.
We knew. I knew, because I got the guard you, that Kelsey getting 20 plus.
But it was just like, you know what I mean, from a standpoint of not having so much of, like, I didn't know what the WNBA world was about. No one gives you a manual and say, hey,
this is
so I go, gang. Write this down, this and that. It wasn't too many people giving you the blueprint. You got to kind of figure out how to be a pro.
Well, since we're already on All-Star, how was that? This is your second one?
Yeah.
Back to back. Talk
second one.
Wait. Back to back. Talk to him.
This guy.
Come on, man.
Wow.
No, seriously though, when it's back to back, that just prove people like y'all should have never been overlooked at me anyways. You know what I mean? It's back to back, and like even now, like the numbers is up even more. Like the efficiency is out this world. Sure. From like your previous years, from last year, I think you are like a 7 or a 10% jump. That ain't them small numbers, but them big numbers in basketball, bro.
Yeah,
big numbers.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think like it was All-Star was like more of just the ice on the cake, because I never thought, like, I got to like year 3.5 Dev, and I'll be honest with you, like, I didn't think it was, I kind of put it in my review, but from a standpoint of how, winning and how everything looked and where the developmental stage was at, I didn't know what All-Star was going to look like for me. I never really put it on, not necessarily, it wasn't a goal. I just knew I needed to train and do what I need to do to keep my name. Like I said, you in defense mode and everything you do at that point. And so when I got the first, and I was like, really? I got a call from the WNBA. You get the call.
Bro, but like you wasn't even hype. You was just I'm going to WNBA. I said, what? I'm like, hold on. I'm in the locker room like, yo. Hey, I'm like, what's your hey? I'm like,
man, and it's so crazy. Like, I downplayed it.
No, so bad. I need you to know. Hello, no. I need you to know you downplayed it so bad. I had to make a damn announcement. And you was just like, I ain't gonna tell my family. I'm gonna wait till about 3-4 days. What?
Yeah,
if you don't call them people and tell them you made that damn
right now.
Yeah, and it's so crazy. This fool here.
What?
She kept it after it was after Phoenix game, and she was like, I'm gonna celebrate you, and I did not know what it meant to celebrate with this person until I went out, and I was like,
hey,
different. Celebrate, okay?
Hey, we gonna celebrate every win.
And it was kind of and it was kind of like a woo-saw moment, because I had found like a sense of like savory and having people to like celebrate it with, so to speak, and to know it was my teammate, and she had, other teammates came in to support it. You go through trials and tribulations, you go to appreciate it. So now I look at the second one and how it happened. You could have never told me it was gonna happen this way. That you go through certain things, it hit home. A part of your heart's, broken, and you look back on it. Some of the hours that I put in the gym, I couldn't even calculate them, because I felt so much pain and trauma. Like I felt so much pain. Like I felt so much like I worried about my mom. I worried about how she feel now that she didn't have a significant other. I worried about my siblings. My brother was overseas. My sister was trying to figure out life outside of her 9-to-5 job and what she wanted to do, and she had got into coaching and relied on my dad for some stuff, and so we all had a piece ripped from us, and we didn't know how it was gonna look. And so the second All-Star was just literally, I just think it was, it was for one my dad, but it was God.
But wait, I heard you talk about everybody but yourself. Who really checked in on you?
Ooh,
like
I don't usually look at friends. I don't think I have a big circle. I don't know what that means. But I don't think my circle is relative. But people like got 8 to 10 friends. Or you see the rappers and shit, they got like 10 to 12
gang of people with them.
20.
I wouldn't make it because I got like 2 or 3 people.
You ain't gonna make it.
They be like, this your entourage? What is this? But no, I had who I consider sisters. I had a friend, Deja Cyrus. She's from Indianapolis. I met her through one of my close friends from Cincinnati, and so the minute the call came that my dad had passed, they dropped everything and came for the week.
Yeah.
And so I had like homegrown friends that I grew up childhood, like pulled up, like I had like I had a village when life had hit, because my dad was a big piece of like a lot of stuff in our city, and so it affected people in different ways that I didn't even imagine until we had the service. And so I got therapy. Therapy was the icing on the cake. I got with the patient's facility, St. Vincent, the fever. Yeah. Before the season I got started, and I took therapy really serious. Shout out to the doc, man. He was the therapist because, it's nothing like laying your problems on people and shit. They don't judge you.
Hey,
for real. Like, you just lay it on them, and it just kind of helped me. I did it day by day, and I got into scripture, and I just God Himself was the main thing though. Mm-hmm. Like the more and more I got closer to the word and the purpose, everything got easier.
So now you at year 7, like. We at year 7, and the trajectory has changed. The world is watching us, and of course, we got to shout out Caitlin Clark. She has a big part of that, of why the world is watching us. Sure. We gonna give her flowers. She is who she is.
Got to.
Hey, that's a motherfucker. We gonna just put it out in the air.
That's funny.
But seriously, that's my teammate. That's a motherfucker.
Yeah,
but listen,
C-squared for sure. Just
from your journey though, those first 6 years, you at year 7. I felt like. Last year kind of put people on notice, like, oh, that's Kelsey Mitchell. Like, that's the Kelsey Mitchell we knew from Ohio. It's like, it's relevant now because you became an All-Star. Now you're an All-Star this year. And so, like, tell me kind of how you feel from those 6 years.
Yeah.
And that this year at year 7, like, what's the feeling now? Like, did you just leave the 6 years behind you and you present? Or what is it?
Nah, you don't forget about them 6, man. It kind of made me who I was. Like I said, I felt like, I'm not lying, I feel like the stick at the bottom of the barrel is kind of like, you're fighting for it. Defending whatever, legacy you got left and trying to figure it out how to be where we at now. And so, man, I think we got a chance to do something special. We do. I think that it's going to take all 12, whether we want to believe it or not, and that could be in any kind of way you think. And I think that when I look back to where I've never been a part of a playoff, so I don't know what that's going to look like for me personally, but I think everything that I've been through in my life, I gotta treat it like it's basketball, man. Yeah. I gotta, take it on like I would anything else, any other game. And I think right now is the time that you can't get caught lacking. You can't get lulled to sleep. It's the easiest time. And I'm, just trying to stay focused on what's right. You know how it go. Keep the main thing. But I feel confident about what we could do. I do. I feel like we got a chance to do something special if we, do right by it, obviously. But. Oh, that go.
But like now this generation is a little different where like these kids is making millions. So they coming in with an ego bigger than for the love of the game. It's about a number. What advice would you give the young generation or even a college player that want to pursue the WNBA or have a dream to be in the WNBA, whether it's getting drafted, whether it's getting a training camp, whether it's getting picked up, whatever it is, because there's different ways that you can get in the WNBA. What advice would you give these kids knowing that they got millions?
I would say 2 things, man. I think for one, not necessarily have a plan, so to speak, but you got to be willing to sacrifice something. Like all that money you make, somewhere down the line, you're going to have to choose one way or another. It's going to become a sacrifice. You got to sacrifice something. I think, and I, in my own biased opinion, I happen to have my own grassroots program in Cincinnati, Kills Elite. I got a young crowd, young group, 7th, 8th grade boys, and so I tend to learn a lot from them. And so they talk about, yeah, man, they be playing me this way. I be hearing them like, my coach said, man, da 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 da. I said, what you do? Like, so you gotta. A lot of these kids don't want to sacrifice nothing, and when you hear that conversation, you gotta be willing to give up something to get what you want. And it's like you gotta do what you gotta do, kind of like that effect. Like you gotta have it. And I think that secondly, you gotta shut up and work.
What you said?
Shut up and work.
Wait. Where that camera at? You that one on you? Go ahead, say it right there. Camera right there.
Shut up and work.
Hey, Kelsey said, shut up and work.
Nah, man, my dad grew me up on a narrative though. Like it was early. He was working out at Taft High School, inner city school. My dad was in the trenches, and we would go every day. And so I got to a point where I would be with those same kids, training with them. And then, so my dad would take on many different hats. He was just not the coach. He was had to be take them home. We had to feed them. They became my own brothers. You know, some lived with us, and so we became family. And my dad mantra to them was like, "You gotta just shut up and work."
Yeah.
And you know, shut up not from a standpoint. Don't be vulnerable to me. Don't not tell me what you're going through. Don't not let me help you. But when it's time to do the work, just shut up and do it.
Yeah.
And so it just trying to stay in my repertoire. And I think the kids today lose that because the money changed you.
Ooh.
Like, you know, you sell your soul for anything. And I think now, like, can't sell your soul. Like, you gotta find something that you're willing to save. Like, and it gotta be your soul. Like, I think doing that, shut up and work. Just do what you gotta do to get it done. And don't sell your soul in the process of trying to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's so easy to everything's at the you know, you can just grab it now. Like, you ain't gotta necessarily work so to speak, in my opinion. With these young ones, would you agree? Like, I don't feel like you
But
gotta
that's what
work
I'm
as
saying.
much.
Like, it's a lot of folks that got money but ain't good. Like, I'll bust your ass. but these brands is putting money into their pockets because they at these certain colleges because everybody's watching. But it's like, okay, when that money run out, because that money don't come if you ain't performing. Because when you get to the next level and you ain't doing what you was doing over here, that money decrease. So now what? What you got to rely on? Shut up and work.
Bring it out at me, Doug. Jesus Lord.
I love that. Have a sip. Have a sip. Have a sip, dog.
I would say you have a sip.
Listen, baby, y'all playing. I've been going, baby.
So I got an easy 5, and I just want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind, right? It's 5 questions. Easy 5.
Okay.
Best food spot in Indy.
Ooh, Country Kitchen or Grill House?
No, he said 1.
Dang, the Grill House fire though. You ever had the Grill House on College Ave?
I had it. 5. 5.
But Country Kitchen don't never miss. I'm indecisive. That don't count, gang.
You can't be changing our rules to our game. One or the other. Which one?
Oh, I gotta go with Grill House.
All right,
Okay.
Grill House.
The W ball, college ball, overseas basketball.
WNBA.
Yeah.
WNBA GOAT.
Ooh.
Hurt my heart. Cause like I was around like at a time where like basketball was constantly starting to get like noticed. Like I ain't seen Martin Moore till even like damn, like who is you know what I'm saying?
That's why I need to hear what you gonna say.
So like and then like my mom put me on game of like your Cheryl Swoops and all that. I'm like, man, then I got a chance to go back and watch who Cheryl Swoops was. I'm like, damn, they oh man.
Come on. You contemplating and you stalling.
It's hard to say right
You
now.
need your shoes.
Cheryl was amazing though.
You gonna go Cheryl?
Cheryl was amazing.
Shout out to Cheryl. Hey, shout out to Cheryl, man. We hey.
Cheryl Swoops was
Eat
amazing.
Doug rock
She
with
was
you.
a
I
dog.
love you, baby. Keep doing what you're doing, baby.
We love you, Cheryl.
Favorite road city to play in?
I love the crowd in Atlanta.
Man, they all.
But I got that's
Atlanta just super culture. They are just
Super
Atlanta is just like
It's black excellence,
it's
dog.
vibes.
Black
Like,
excellence.
always vibes. Shout out to ATL.
If you had to pick, who has the most annoying fan base?
Fan base.
Who got
Oh
the
my
most
God. Can I say
Oh.
3?
3.
No, you can't.
It just
change
gotta
our
be
rules
one.
to our game,
One.
dog.
One.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Jesus, the worst fan base.
Give me all 3. What's all 3?
As much as
I need
the
top
world loves
3.
her,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
What's number 1, 2, 3?
Taylor Swift fans are bizarre, bro. I'm tripping. Taylor Swift fans are crazy. I think that experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans are different. They like C-Square, shout out to the gang. Like
Different.
they are very passionate people, and like they gonna ride or die. Like
Listen, Caitlin Clark
and
is
I'm
a
happy
god
on
to
the
her
right.
friends. She does no wrong. Do
I
not
love
play.
C-Square
Do
friends.
not play with her fans.
Just to say C-Square, I'm happy I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the
Oh,
stick, baby,
man,
because
I
they
hate to be.
Listen,
man, because I just
they love us right now. But
I
if we
hope
go
they
right
always
left,
love
it's over for
for
us.
y'all.
Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back. I promise. Please don't.
Yeah.
Like her
Lord.
fan, but like the one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans that I can't appreciate, they'll go anywhere she go.
Oh,
They gonna travel.
She
boy.
gonna go to
They
the
gonna
desert?
travel.
And
Right there.
Right
I
there
just
with
think
her.
like it's super dope though because it's like they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. I'm like, damn, that's lit. But like when we talking about Travis Kelsey on TV, but they talking about Taylor Swift as well, and her fans go crazy. I just think that's crazy.
Third one.
Oh God, this is gonna sound crazy, but Cowboy fans.
Oh, we got a Cowboy fan in this room, so tread lightly, babe.
Sorry.
Not me.
I just didn't know
Not
that
her.
Cowboy fans were just like my mom and them. Like they
My
don't
mama go
play.
crazy for them,
Like,
too.
I'm like Cowboy fans. I ain't being funny. Like they talk about like now. When the last time they won? I'm not being
They
funny
listen.
though. Like they don't play.
They
like, you would've
lose
thought,
in the
like-
playoffs. They'll get to the playoffs and stank it up. Like
Stank
y'all
it.
been killing.
I'm like, damn, Dallas fans don't play. Dallas Cowboys fans, they real.
Appreciate you, Kelsey, for pulling up, dropping some gems on
dog.
Easy Bucket. It was a
sure.
pleasure having you tonight.
Hey, make sure y'all tune in. This is our first episode. Kels, I appreciate you, dog.
Dog, for sure,
It's
it's always
super
your
special
ass.
to have you as
Yeah,
the
for
first
sure. I
episode.
appreciate you. I'm grateful for you.
But make sure y'all tune in. We're going to have some more special guests. We're going to keep giving y'all some gems and keep giving y'all some motivation and inspirational things. Keep locking in. Easy Bucket. Easy.
Yeah.